last quarrel between PR and Kush. Like, people are spending millions on those research programs, but they can't do the simplest thing like cutting the jump.
Yeah.
So what do you think in general should be done, like the mainstream of FIS politics in terms of putting alpine skiing in the safe direction?
I'm actually in this group, who works with it, in this athletic group, which are going to give some advice on that. I think that it's important that FIS work in the right direction, that we make it as safe as it's possible. But it is downhill skiing, it is dangerous, and it's also something every racer do. It's a volunteer thing to do. But I think it's important that FIS works and looks into scientifically how can we make it safer. And but we can never make it really 100% safe, because the calculation of each racer is maybe the most important thing. The attitude that you always ski within your limits, I believe that's number one. And number two is also in the head of Kjetil Andre Aamodt and Atle Skårdal, who makes the decision: are we going to race today? Are we going to race the next day? Is it bad weather? Or is this jump too far? Those heads, racers, and Skårdal and Huyara is the most important risk factor, I think. And I think they know it. Everybody knows that. But we can maybe do something with the equipment, and we have done a lot of things since I started racing, with safety nets, which are looks really good at the moment and can still be improved. When it comes to equipment, I feel that we can do a lot on protection. If you do road racing, you're protected. In downhill, when I raced, we had nothing under. Now we have a back protection, but there's still, all the head injuries. You have to look into that. But everything has to be scientifically measured and proven before you put it, on to the racers. You have to have this, you have to have that. Or a young guy, 10 years old, need those kind of skis because it costs a lot of money. And like now, they've done the measurements on the skis. I believe personally that doesn't change a thing. I think that should be free. You should use whatever skis you would like to. That's not helping, I think. You should more look into what kind of protections you can have, and still look into the preparation of the course. And if it's foggy, when do you race? If it's raining, if it's and also the safety net. So so that's where I think that in this direction we should find a solution.
I mean, I'm probably interested about your opinion about changements, the settings, changements of the original courses, like they cut the finish jump in Lauberhorn. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, because people are still risking because they would like to be faster, they would like winning, but it changes the authentic of the old courses, the alpine racing itself. What do you think?
Well, I think that it could still be possible to make the old courses, classic courses, make it interesting without bringing the speed up, because the speed is a factor, that's for sure, when it comes to injuries. So that's possible, and we don't need to make it too streamlined like Autobahn, because it's not interesting for people. And I believe that the ski cross, if you see the ski cross, it's very slow, but it's a lot of action. So that's something to think about for downhill, for Super G, for GS, for the World Cup, I think.